All right. I love it too. Thank you guys for liking the video. Welcome in, Girl Gone. I hope you're having a good day. Welcome in, Fashionista. I hope you're also having a good day. Okay. What is it? Wednesday? Is it Wednesday? Oh, I put my phone over there. I think it's Wednesday. Okay, welcome back. Yeah, it is Wednesday. Welcome in, Nur Karim, and welcome in, Phoenix Empress. I hope you guys are all having a good day. Okay, so we are calling upon the Most High God and the Holy Spirit. We're asking that they come be with us now for this reading. We're calling upon Jesus Christ and any other ascended masters, as well as our spiritual team of highest light and resonance. And we're asking that they just come put a cloak and or cloak / shield, however you want to look at that, a protection around us to block out any negativity or anything, any negative entities or anything that would try to negatively influence or impact this reading in any way. I pray for the highest light, the highest wisdom, the highest knowledge, and the highest truth to be revealed to me and my collective. And I pray for all of my subscribers. So now, as I call upon your personal favor, Most High God, please continue to bless this platform and prosper it. In your holy name, Lord my God, I give gratitude and thanks. I pray into thy holy presence and meditate upon your divine will. Amen. And thank you, God, for everything that you do for us and everything that you do for the collective. And thank you for being here and being attentive to our cries. Have mercy upon us, and please continue to show us grace and compassion. Okay, so by watching my videos, you're agreeing to the contract of being in control of yourself, being responsible for yourself, and with any of the information being channeled. That means if you feel like something resonates and it falls in the realms of, let's see, what, health, mental health, or what is it, legal, that you are following up with, you're taking whatever advice from me, and then you're going to an actual professional in the field of that advice, like, and getting counsel from those people that are professionals. Because again, I'm just a reader. I can't really be a doctor or a counselor or a legal representative, a lawyer or anything like that, right? Okay. So by watching my videos, you're agreeing to follow up with a professional in the field of the advice, and then just take what resonates with you and leave what does not for the person that it's meant for. And it's okay if the message doesn't resonate. There will be pieces that do resonate and pieces that might not resonate. And it's just, you need to basically, the whole process of, well, the whole purpose of this process is to help you guys develop your intuition. And when my book comes out, that will be another thing that's in there that will help you guys develop your intuition. But this is a perfect time. Like, these readings are perfect chances to work on your intuition, right? And your discernment. I think discernment and intuition are almost pretty much mean the same thing. Discernment is where you're discerning. It's basically the act of using your intuition, is what I believe. So I hope you guys are having a good Wednesday. Yes, yeah, I've got a book that's about to be published. It should be published soon. So that will be available. Actually, I have so many different projects that I'm working on. So we'll see. We'll see how long it takes. I don't think it's going to take that much longer, though. I pray that it doesn't. This water bottle always leaks so much water. It's like, but I really like it because it's got butterflies on it. So I don't really want a new one. I just want it to leak the water. It doesn't leak it. What is it called? What I should be using is one of these. I got this from Chili's, I think. They're like little cup holders that There we go. Okay. So there is a storm, a major shit storm headed somebody's way. So one of your guys is, oh, you did donate for a question? Okay, awesome, Empress. You go ahead and ask that whenever you're ready. So yeah, there is a shit storm headed somebody's way. It's not headed towards you. You may literally see a storm like pop out of nowhere. It could have been like what the hell? There was no clouds in the sky, and then all of a sudden, boom! Here comes a storm. Okay, that sometimes when storms come to us like that, especially when they come out of nowhere, it's like yes, yeah. So send in your question when you've got it, Phoenix Empress. But sometimes when a storm happens, it's like you kind of have to look at it like storms could be a sign of one or two things. One, it could be that something's coming your way. Okay, what spiritual gifts are you being called to awaken? That's a good question. The second thing is when a storm comes your way is you might want to ask, okay, is this storm meant to clear something out? Because a lot of the times, the elements are very cleansing energies. And which deck do I want to use? They're very cleansing energies. So I've had it happen to me before where like, really, Santa Marte? I've had it happen before where a storm comes through and it clears out like a bunch of witchcraft, right? And so I think that that's a good thing when you have a storm coming through, And then sometimes when a storm comes through, it will basically destroy shit. So you can always tell, like, especially the way that storms happen, sometimes they'll literally skip houses. Like you found out you're a 4 life path. Interesting, girl gone. Wow. 4 is a very good number. Okay. So what I want to do is we're going to use a little bit of this deck for Fashionista's question, and then a little bit of this deck. Okay. So what I'm hearing right off the bat is that you have an ability. Okay. Well, I'm hearing that you have an ability that is a money manifesting ability, but you also have an ability to write. You could be interested in writing songs. You could be interested in writing poetry, or you could just be interested in documenting your testimony. Yes. Yeah. This is Phoenix Empress's question. And so I'm getting that, you do have clairaudience, which is clear hearing. So like, it's basically like clairaudience can work a couple of different ways. Clairaudience can work for you where you hear actual voices, like it sounds like a conversation's happening, around you. And then clairaudience can also happen where you're hearing, and this is the one that I get that you have the strongest, is where you're hearing a conversation go on in your head. Sometimes we think that these random thoughts we have and daydreams and stuff are just completely random, but they're actually not. They're not random at all. It's actually like beings that are communicating within us. And so that's why interdimensional communication is so important. So I'm hearing that clairaudience is going to give you a lot of content to write about, because you'll be hearing things from, your higher self, from your inner self, and from your spirit guides. Yeah, all the time. Yeah, you hear those conversations going on. That's no coincidence. And we think, because we have an imagination, a lot of the times we'll think that like literally we're creating that conversation in our head, but we're not. It's really not. So becoming more aware of that, you may want to just get like a timer, kind of like one of these where you can put, like 5 or 10 minutes on it, and go to a place that's really quiet. And then you start out at a place that's really silent, and you put a 5 or 10 minute timer on it, and you just sit and you listen, and anything that comes to you, write it down. Right. And then the next exercise would be to go into a place in nature and then sit and listen. And this could be like sitting under a tree, any place that you really like, to be honest. That is, you don't want to go for this second. experiment, whatever it's called. It's basically like a training exercise. For the second one, you want to go to a place where there's a little bit of background noise, but not a whole lot. So like you could hear birds chirping, water going down a stream, that type of thing. And then you want to listen again, and you want to listen. And this time you're listening with the intention to hear what nature is telling you. So the first is hearing what spirit is telling you. The second one will be hearing what nature is telling you, and then write all of those messages down. And then the third one would be probably to do a laying down meditation. And I don't know why I'm being shown this, but laying down with your arms up like this will open your throat chakra. See, our ears are right in between the third eye and the throat chakra. So we can use both of those chakra by boosting both of the throat and the third eye. You'll be able to get the ears. We do have ear chakras that are like right about here. So you may want to just lay with your arms up over your head like this on your back, and just listen, just do a stretch and listen because it's going to clear something for some reason. That's what I'm getting. But listening, sometimes I listen to what the wind says, and the wind will literally give me messages, or I'll hear, like if something bad were to be on its way, I could go outside and I could hear voices in the wind, right? So clairaudience is a really, really good one to work with. And then document everything that comes through. And you'll find that the messages will begin to it'll be opening a channel within you to basically flow these energies so that you can have access to the downloads. Because all of it is a download. All of them. Like whether it's clairaudience, clairvoyance, that's the way we receive downloads. And then what I'm also hearing, so clairaudience is a really strong gift that you have, Phoenix. I would work with that gift. Write all of these messages that you get down. And then when you have the short, because you'll get a shortened version of the message, then I would go into a meditation on that message and go, okay, what else about this do I need to be made aware of? Because some of the messages will be for you, and some of them will be for you to share with others. And so your expanded explanation on what you received with your gift, write that down as well. And then I would keep a journal. You could just label this journal gifts and abilities, because you're going to want to do different exercises. So I get that, for me, when I have something come in through clairaudience, I'll also have sometimes something come in through my psychic vision. And then I'll be like, okay, so what from what I heard and then what I saw, what does that mean? Right. And so you're basically using one gift on top of each other to get the answer to whatever question. So, and if you have questions, ask questions like to your higher self, to the universe. You can say it out loud or you can say it in your head. But you can always make these little intuitive sessions that you do stronger by asking a question and then receiving the answer. So that's what I would do, is work on the clairaudience, because it seems like you already have that really strong. Mastering that, and then those little voices that slip through that you think you're just imagining it or daydreaming it. I don't get that you are. I get that you're actually. That's how fairies communicate. That's how angels communicate. And so I'm writing those pieces of information down, and then you'll be able to organize it into some type of book. And I also get that you'll develop this gift and talent into a place where you can just literally sit there and just boom, you'll be able to just literally type whatever comes to you. And that when you get to that point, you'll be like probably signing what are they called? What is it called? Publishing contracts or whatever, like a contract with a publisher. You'll be signing some type of book contract. So that's what I'm picking up on. And then I'm also seeing that anything that you see with clairvoyance, first of all, you may end up writing a book about reading people's auras, because you see auras and what the different colors mean at different times. And then also like when you see cloudy spots or dark spots in the aura, what you pick up that is. So you may end up writing an intuitive technique book on how to gaze at auras or see auras. And so the easiest way to see somebody's aura is, well, I would tell you to practice in the mirror. If you have, the best place to practice is if you've got a bathroom that's got white paint in it, like that's the color of the wall. Stand against the wall, turn the light on, and you gaze at yourself, but you don't look at yourself right in the face. You look like past yourself. So you're trying to look like beyond you. And then you'll start to see the colors form. And then you'll basically write that down and what that means to you. Because there's a lot of study when it comes to this. Page of Swords. Yeah. See, I feel like the information that you bring forth is going to help you discern other people. Like, it's going to help you teach other people when the same type of thing, like how to look at people's auras, but how to actually see if somebody is dangerous. Because a lot of the times we will be shown things with our physical vision and we just don't know what it means. And so we don't ever investigate that. So writing that down, you're going to be able to help a lot of people strengthen their gift of discernment and their intuition when it comes to that. Now, this Page of Swords energy that flew out shows me that there is somebody that's being a monitoring spirit. They are wanting to watch you do something. That's why I think going into nature is really good. Taking some time out for yourself is really good. I feel like this is being done through social media somehow. And I don't even think that you're on social media like that, but somebody keeps looking for you. They keep going out and looking for you. Okay. They're wanting to know what you're going to do next. So yeah, I would be doing the aura work. And what was the other thing that they showed me? Oh, when you close your eyes and you see visions on the inside, write down those visions and then search up. Like, let's say you were to see like a white dove in your mind. And this happens a lot of the time when dead people communicate. They'll try to show pictures. Then go in and search, okay, what is the spiritual meaning of a white dove? And you'll be able to go through each. And this is why, like, when my book comes out, you'll be able to actually ask yes and no questions and get an immediate response. So you can go through each of the things that says, like on the internet, go, okay, it says that it could represent the Holy Spirit. It could be this. And you'll get a yes or a no on which one it is, and then write that down. Because you're going to be able to help other people expand their gifts of knowledge. Look at this. Somebody is spying on your shadow side. Like, this money-making gift ties into all the ones that I'm talking about. Because you can basically, once you have a system down, you're going to, even dream interpretation is something that you're able to do. Which is something that I think the world needs. They need a better representation of what dream interpretation is, because the dreamdictionary.com, I mean, it's okay. It's mediocre, but it never really gets down to the real spiritual meaning of the dreams, which I think is something that you would be able to do. Now, there are some gifts in your shadow side. Somebody is wanting to moderate this, which is weird to me. So there may be a little bit of shadow work to do, but as you integrate your shadow, this ability to make money just manifest out of nowhere it's going to seem like it came from nowhere. But it's definitely in alignment with you healing something. Maybe, I don't know if your parents struggled with finances. I don't know if your parents, if their parents, wherever this energy is coming from, it's something that's stuck in the shadow. This could also be a fear about being monitored. Maybe people did not give you like privacy when you were younger, like other people. Yeah, you're going to have to defend your shadow. See, just beware that when you start to do this spiritual work, you will be shifting the dimensions within you and around you. So there may be people or entities that are wearing people's faces popping up randomly to try to disturb you, right? Like, I always found that when I would try to do readings, here would come this fucking dumbass neighbor bitch that would try to attack me when she knew I was working. Like, I was dealing with a straight up psychic vampire, right? And you could be dealing with somebody that's like that as well, that you'll have to put a wand up against and defend yourself. I feel like there is somebody lingering in your energy that wants to steal a project that you're going to create. Yeah, the Wheel of the Year. They're looking at this Wheel of Fortune going, okay, how can I achieve that? People are so weird. It's literally not for them, it's for you. So yeah, this money-making ability is something from your shadow side. It could even come from another lifetime, literally. Because I'm getting, it could be your grandparents, whoever was struggling with money. If they had to do anything dark to get money, what you're doing now is going to balance out what your ancestors have done in the past. Seven of Swords. It's going to cause this person that's after your fortune to have to walk away, like dissatisfied. And this person knows, I mean, they're pretty aware that you're here to do something great. They just don't know what it is. So I would keep all of this stuff we're talking about pretty much a secret from them. Don't post about it. When you get codes, write out your codes. Okay, because you may end up just transferring that into a book, literally. The Knight of Swords. There is definitely, and I do get that this is a masculine energy. I don't know who this man is, but they need to get away from you for reals. This person is seriously trying to come back into your life. It's a big no. They're trying to spy on you also. And the thing is that they're not very intelligent. Okay, so what else? So yeah, working with the clairvoyance, what you see in images and symbols, writing that down. Because you're going to help other people understand their abilities as well by creating some type of template. Yeah, this person that we're talking about that keeps trying to block you is stuck in their pride. Okay. We have friendship in reverse. This person may come in and be like, oh, I just want to be friends. No, they don't. First of all, they want to have sex with you. They do not want to be your friend. Like, this is why I'm not friend with males, because they come in and they say this shit that they just want to be friends, but usually they want to have sex. That's usually what it is. Okay, let's see what else. Humor. I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. You may find it could be your ex. I mean, it feels more like it's your ex than our KCP or case whatever that one initials was. It feels more like it's your ex, yeah. Because they're coming in very aggressively trying to block something. Trying to block your success. You're going to be successful with this no matter what. You also may want to call upon Archangel Raziel. I'm going to put that in the chat. Archangel Raziel is the archangel of mysteries and psychic abilities. I've worked for her. He looks like a wizard. He kind of looks like a Merlin energy. Really long white beard, that type of thing, white cloak. But yeah, he's going to help you open your third eye. You may want to start doing Archangel Raziel meditations. Like, there are a lot of guided meditations on the internet. Yeah, because it's going to clear up some type of adversity here. I feel like somebody is really afraid of you, like, getting to another level, and you're almost there. Like, you were stuck in, because of this person spying on you and trying to predict the outcome of your experience, which is ridiculous. I don't know why. This person just thinks that you're not meant to be anything, and they're completely wrong. Like, you're going to prove this person so wrong. And this person is heated over you not wanting them back in your life. Like, you wanting to be free from them, for this freedom energy. This person is heated about that. It says, I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. And so all of these abilities are basically money-making abilities, because these are things that other people, most of them, cannot do on their own. And so writing like a how-to book or an interpretation book is going to really help people. And it's going to guide people towards actually getting real knowledge. Yeah, you're going to persevere, though. Like I said, this person doesn't really have any power in your life. They just think they have power because they think that you still care about them. You don't. You like release this person. Yeah, and showing gratitude. Gratitude, having an attitude of gratitude is so important because it opens up for blessings to come in really quickly. Yes, money mindset. Yeah, that's what this person is counting on you not being successful in, and it's because they know about a trauma, but this person was part of creating the trauma. They're very competitive. This weird ass person. Very competitive. I'm looking at the Six of Cups, how this person literally thinks just because they know you from before that they're going to be the one to, divvy out what blessings you get. This person is delusional. No. Like, they're going to face an ending. If they continue down this path, this person's going to face a major ending. It may be that they lose their job. And like, we don't wish that upon anybody, but this person needs to stay the F out of your business. Like, you're here literally to help other people understand who they are. You're not here causing endings for people. You're not like bullying people. You're not doing anything that would warrant this person to decide to come back. The thing is I think that they're not only broke, but I think that they're broken, this ex of yours. And I hate that the cards pulled this person's energy, but you just need to know what their game is. Their game is to play upon your triggers to make you feel like you're worthless so that you would accept this person back. This person's doing this because they think that you love them. You do not love this person anymore. The moon. This person spends a lot of time up under the moon, working with the moon. You may end up writing a book on how to properly use the moon cycles to open your abilities. A lot of people don't know how the moon should be used, because that was something I was going to Google yesterday. I forgot to. Why people keep using the moon for destiny swipe crap, I don't get it. But the moon is like not meant for that. It's truly not. It's not meant for what people are using it for. And I don't think that the moon can cause death. I don't know. That's just look, this is a relationship. See, that also another thing is beware of which financial advisors and psychic advisors you go to. Don't tell them about what we're talking about, because some of them, they may want to latch onto you. For some reason, I'm getting that. They may want to latch onto your energy. If you've been having sciatica or back pain, there's somebody that is trying to latch onto your fucking energy. And that's real annoying. They're trying to do something to your sacral chakra, to your relationship. It says, I'm attracted to those people who serve my higher good. Okay, so they're trying to play on some type of relationship wound with God. You are not abandoned by God. God is still here for you. You've really not done anything you've never even bullied people in school. This is why I think that these people that are up under the moon, they want to, this ex of yours wants to domesticate you and control you in every type of way, like every type of way. 10 of Wands, but they're majorly burdened. You may end up writing a book on how to cleanse or clear black magic, how to get this moon magic burden stuff off of people. And I think that would be, please do that. Like, seriously, that would be one of the best things ever, because this world needs some type of like antidote to this weird magic stuff, especially the destiny swapping stuff. And you writing your testimony is going to be so important. Look at that. We have the Wheel of Fortune already, the High Priest. Okay, so this person could have gone to a high priest. I don't think they're the high priest, though. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles. So yeah, there's somebody that's trying to tie themselves into your sacral chakra to get that good energy, that sexual energy, that relationship energy, the energy you used to give them, and they're not getting it, so they're throwing a fit. This person's extremely competitive with all this Five of Wands energy. They're most likely want to piggyback off of you, which is not like, no, the messages are going to come to you, and they're going to come to you in the most clear type of way. It could be misinformation from dark entities, but I don't get that you are getting misinformation. I get that these other people are being misled. This ex of yours is. And the Page of Swords energy, that's because you guys are chosen. I can't really say that that's going to go away, at least not for a minute. I mean, it may never go away. You may still have weird ass people trying to stalk you and watch you for ages to come, but it's because of your chosen energy. The fact that you're chosen shows me, well, just because I'm chosen, I know what it's like to be attacked your entire life. That's why I understand what's going on here. It's like people are not going to give up until they see you in ruin, and they're never going to see you in ruin. That's kind of like their punishment and their karma. Not to be rude to them, but it is like literally to see you succeed. Somebody has got a fucking voodoo doll. They want you to forgive them. This person is going to come in and apologize. Okay. They are going to apologize at some point. They're going to want forgiveness. You most likely already forgave this person. It says, I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. Yeah, literally. Look, this person wants you to be in indecision. And I'm getting that feeling that I felt yesterday where my stomach was hurting. I was like, why is my stomach hurting? Okay, it's a solar plexus attack. So they're going for the middle chakras, basically the sacral and the solar plexus. They want you doubting any new relationship that you get into. They want you to doubt that. Okay, not everybody is the same. Not all people are fucked up. I can guarantee you that. So this person is also trying to stop you from coming into alignment with somebody else that would bring you balance, another masculine energy. It says, I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. Yeah, because this person envies you. They don't want things to change. This person, why they're attacking the solar plexus is they want to attack your self-esteem. They want you in denial so that you'll love them. The thing is that you're not in love with this person anymore. Okay, whatever their feelings that existed, they don't exist anymore. So I don't think that this person's going to be able to tap into your energy like that. Like they may still follow you around and stalk you and try to look you up online. But if you don't share what you're working on, then these people are not going to have an avenue to sabotage it. And the way that they sabotage it is by bad talking you and trying to replicate your ideas, right? You may get like a very creative idea coming forward from these meditations that you do. And this person is like, how can I be there to receive benefits off of this other person? That's the way that they're looking at it. But I wouldn't worry about it. I would literally just know you're going to persevere. You're not somebody that's prideful. Like you're not stuck in your ego. Okay. Which means that you have a way out of the matrix. What you're about to create is going to help other people get free. These dark entities they are people. Like I feel like they are people. They're almost laughable at this point because them trying to come in, they think that they're going to come in and befriend you and trick you. Like seriously, you already know that they're coming. The fact that you're chosen shows why you faced so much adversity. Yeah, you forgave him. By Mark Twain, forgiveness is the fragrance the violet sheds. Oh, on the heel that has crushed it. Wow. Wow. I love that. Oh my gosh. That's so beautiful. Wow. Yeah. But forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting. Like you can forgive somebody, but not forget what they've done. And it's not to hold on to a grudge, but it's to not fall into the same circumstance, right? And all of the warning signs that that person gave you, you're going to remember that so that if another person were to show you any warning signs, you go, okay, I know what's going on here. I've seen this pattern before. Dun, dun, dun. It happens just like this. Then I can walk away. And you're going to know that walking away from people that lie in your face, because that's what I'm getting, is they want to lie in your face and then stab you in the back. They're only doing this because you don't want them back, really. You know what I mean? Literally. Yeah. Yeah, this person, they want to be there so that when your wheel of fortune, like when you spin your wheel of fortune, they want to be standing right next to you. I don't even understand what them standing right next to you would even do, because again, it's your wheel of fortune. They can't walk up and spin your wheel of fortune. You know that game that's on TV where they like spin the wheel? Like that's what I'm being shown, is like somebody standing in line to spin the wheel, but it's your turn, right? It's your turn to receive the fortune. So yeah, share little information with people, and then pray Psalm 91 against all known and unknown exes and anybody new coming in, because you do have some energies that want to come in and they're very nosy. Like they want to stick their nose into what spirit is telling you so that they can figure out how to reroute a blessing to them, and they're not going to be successful at that, literally. Like, and so the red flags that you ignore today will come back to bite you later. So don't ignore the red flags. When you see them in a person right away, just be like, okay, I don't need to see any more red flags. I can move on. Even if that person has lovable qualities, the fact that they're showing you a red flag, and it just goes to show that people, like, you will have an emperor that comes in that's actually meant for you, that will not be manipulated by these dark entities. But people who will throw up those red flags, those are the type of people that are straight up being manipulated already by dark entities. So you don't want that to happen. Like when they show you that red flag, go, okay, I've seen this pattern before. And then I would be reporting things to God. Anytime that y'all feel like stalked, or you feel like somebody's listening in on you, or whether it's spiritual or physical, I would report it to God. I would be like, God, show me what's going on. Give me a sign. Let me know what's happening. Show me an angel number, something, because that's another red flag. When your intuition starts to scream at you, Phoenix, that's when you go, okay, what was I doing? What was I thinking about? Where was I? Who was around me? Who was I just interacting with? And you'll be able to figure out who it is, because I get that people have it already planned. Their demonic asses already have planned to come in, literally. They already want to come in and block you in some type of way. And they're being told that they don't have any avenue into your life. They've got to come in and befriend you or have something to offer. And these people are like broke and broken. And not only that, it's not your job to fix these people. The only thing that you can do is work on yourself. And that's why writing all of this stuff down, everything that comes to you, is going to be so important, because you're going to be able to sell lots of books in the future. And not only that, it's at a time right now where the world is really needing better instructions. Like, the world is needing us to come in and well, I honestly believe that God probably doesn't need anything's help or anyone's help, but God is using you to basically and help other people expand their intuition and listen to themselves and understand what they're being shown. And so without somebody bringing in clear instructions, then these people that are getting visions, that are hearing intuitive guidance, they're going to be scared and afraid and unable to basically put any of that information to use, because they're going to think it's coming from a dark source, which it's not. And so that's why I think writing all of this stuff down, you have an artistic ability as well. You're very good at drawing, and they don't have to be very complex pictures, but you may end up drawing like somebody, and then the different layers to the aura, and helping people look at that. So that's where I would focus when it comes to your gifts and abilities. And even though you know that you have people that are trying to work against you, they don't have, as long as you protect yourself and pray and stay close to God, they don't really have a way to get in. Like, they could send a monitoring spirit, but it doesn't mean that monitoring spirit is going to gain any information that can be used against you. It's not like these monitoring spirits have access to our bank codes and shit like that. Like, the monitoring spirit most likely doesn't want to come near the chosen one. That's what I have found as of recently. So they'll dance around. Like, you guys will notice being chosen. You will notice that these spirits can't do anything to you, to your face. Like, they have to manipulate some weak ass person around you, which is showing you a red flag, right? Anybody that could be manipulated or dominated by some dark entity, that's a red flag right there. And so these entities will reveal themselves. And then all you need to do is go, Archangel Michael, come handle this person. Come handle whatever is working behind them. And when you get people, if you're walking through Walmart and you get people staring at you weird, it's not, you're beautiful. There's nothing wrong with the way you look. They're staring at your aura. They see that you have a bright light, brighter than the sun within you. And these people are afraid of that. Welcome in, Shaman Maria. They're definitely afraid of that. Okay. So I hope that that helped. Look at this. I rolled a 5 and the Hierophant's coming out. Oh my goody on. This is funny. This is way funny. This is so funny. This Hierophant, I swear to God, some people think that they're so smart, but this is like coming for the chosen is the stupidest shit that people can do. Like, I think, oh my gosh, if you guys don't know, okay, I don't know if it was like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, but there was 1,000 people that got stuck on Mount Everest. Oh, it was when the rapture, it was September 23rd. Okay. So September 23rd is when that one pastor person had predicted that the rapture was going to happen. There was 1,000 people who paid to go up to Mount Everest, like up the mountain, and they did not bring any provisions. Like, I don't mean to laugh at this, but this is so stupid. They didn't bring any provisions. You're very welcome, Phoenix Empress. It's always my pleasure. They didn't bring anything with them, like no clothes, no food for tomorrow, nothing, right? So they get up to this point in Mount Everest where they stop and they're waiting to be raptured. Y'all, the rapture did not happen. Obviously, so then we have 1,000 fucking people on the top of Mount Everest without provisions, and it's a 3-day trip to get to that point. And then once they're to that point, they look around and they're literally surrounded by dead bodies that are frozen that nobody can remove off the mountain. And not only that, the people that go up there throw their garbage everywhere. They poop and pee everywhere. So it's like they can't melt down the ice and drink any of that because that would be consuming feces and urine, right? So they're like, find themselves in the worst fucking possible situation. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, what fucking demon is this that has gone to all these people and has made them give up? Not only did these people spend over $100,000 to go up to Mount Everest, but literally, they sold their cars, they gave their houses away, they gave their life savings away. And I'm just like, what fucking demon like compelled these people to do this shit? Obviously, it wasn't God. So, and then not only that, this one lady gave her 6 children to DCFS, and she thought that God had instructed her to give her children away. And she said, even if the rapture, and this is how delusional this lady is. She's like, even if the rapture doesn't happen, I'm not going to go get my children back because God told me to give them away. Like, if God actually told that lady to give her 6 children to the Department of Child Services to be and put in foster care, then most likely she was an abusive, negligent person, if that actually happened. But I think that these people are under the influence of some demonic ass force, you know, that caused all these people to ruin and destroy their lives. I mean, it's just bizarre, the amount of people that did this. And I didn't hear about the rapture until it was the day of. And I was like, oh, there's a rapture. Well, I guess it didn't happen for us. No, there was nobody disappeared and there was no clothing left behind. I mean, people were making jokes and making like trails of clothing and TikTok videos and stuff to fuck with their family members to make them think. But this lady gave up her 6 children. And what makes her think that she would get raptured before an innocent child? That is delusional. So anyways, yeah, like the world needs you guys. Phoenix Empress, the world needs you. The world really needs you guys that are of sound mind, because these people that are religious, you know, fanatics or whatever, they're extremists. Those are the people that really need the guidance, and screaming the name of Jesus is not going to get them off the fucking top of Mount Everest. So lesson learned. It took over a week for the what are they called? The sharps? What are they called? They're not called the sheiks. The people that live on Mount Everest, whatever they're called, the sharps, something like that. They had to go up and rescue those people. And not all, and I think that everybody lived, but some people lost limbs, they lost toes, fingers. I mean, just completely stupid because they went up there going, oh, I'm going to be raptured because I'll be on the highest point of the world. Like, how that sounds like something an entity would say. So yeah, you guys are going to help other people avoid shit storms. And like literally, I would say, because I forgot to tell the most important part. When they were on the top of Mount Everest, not one of these people used their phone to look at the weather app to see what was coming, because a humongous fucking snowstorm came in and boom, debilitated these people immediately. And they couldn't breathe because they were at the high altitude. And so obviously that was demonic. Okay. First of all, being told to go up there with no provisions and no blankets, like nothing, like that is straight up dumb. And it's crazy. That's crazy as shit. And so it took them like it was 1,000 people. And not only that, I hope the people that had to go up the mountain to rescue them were saved. Like I hope that they were paid a lot of money. I hope that they didn't get hurt. They had to take horses on like little buggies up there and could only rescue 1 to 2 people at a time. So that's why the world needs you guys because literally without true guidance, other people will follow things like that rapture, and they'll go make horrible choices. The stupidest thing ever to go up Mount Everest, not even check the fucking weather and get stuck in a snowstorm and then have a tragedy happen, which it was always going to be a tragedy. That's why I think that something demonic led them there. So yeah, these Hierophant groups, these people that think that they have authority in Jesus Christ. Now, the word Jesus can do things, but if there's not that Christ consciousness there, I've had a demon literally tell me I was Jesus, and it was just fucking with me. But it had taken over my ex-husband, and it was very frightening. It was like the movies, literally like the movies. And I did not even believe in demonic possession at that time. I was like, what the fuck? No way. No fucking way this shit is real. Because it's scary, but I didn't actually believe in it. I thought it was just Hollywood. But yeah, thank God that thing didn't have full control over his body. And he woke up drenched in holy water and it was so bad. So yeah, he was like, what the fuck happened? And I was like, yeah, you were possessed. I woke up, I was sleeping. I woke up and he was this far away from my face with eyes that were like that, like black, just complete black eyes. And I was like, what the fuck? And he started speaking in a different voice. It was not cool. But yeah. So literally, the world needs real people, real prophets, real intuitive people to guide them out of storms that other people cause with their false prophecy, with their rapture day and all sorts of nonsense. Like those people, there were so many people that gave their houses and gave their money away to people, and then they want that money back and they can't get it back. Look at this. Your projects are being completed right in this Hierophant's face. I get that this Hierophant, this is some type of secret society or Masonic cult or something, or maybe they're a church. Because what I'm getting is that there is somebody that in the community that is trying to stop you all from completing a project. First of all, they want to know what the project is. And no, it's none of their business. These false prophets know that you're here to lead people out of storms and out of damnation. And they also know that you actually work for Jesus Christ, like in a legitimate way through Christ consciousness. And that makes them afraid. If you guys are female energies, this Hierophant group straight up is afraid of you. So why they're gang stalking you? They're scared of y'all. And you're like, well, I'm just a woman. I'm just a female. I'm a soft, loving person. Why would anybody be afraid of you? It's not just how you appear to the world. It's what you can inspire other people to do that makes you terrifying, right? Because these people, they want to oppress women. They want to oppress everybody with their religion and with their belief in Like there's something in the Bible that says Jesus married the church. What the fuck is wrong with people? First of all, the Bible was written by a bunch of men. Most of the men that wrote the Bible were the ones that defied Jesus to his face and was like, denied him, was like, I don't fucking know that motherfucker, straight up, like to his face. Then later they write the Bible. And so no, Peter, that apostle, disciple, whatever you want to call it, he was the one that created the church, right? And he poo-pooed Mary Magdalene because Jesus loved her more. Obviously, she's a woman. So she carried the true message of Christ. And Peter was like, no, Jesus married the church. Jesus did not marry the church. What the fuck? The church didn't even exist. Like literally back then when Jesus was alive, there was Jewish temples, I'm sure, but there was no Catholic church. Like the church did not exist then. So how could Jesus marry the church? It doesn't make any sense. There's a lot of the things in the Bible that I agree with, and there's a lot of it that I think is rhetoric, and it's and these are the types of people that are like descendants of Peter, that follow down that path of obey thy husband, submit to thy husband, be less than thy husband, weird shit like that. And I don't think that that's right. I think Jesus's message was about women and men being equal and being like divine counterparts and coming together and creating the oneness of God. And so that, these people that are getting all these other people to engage in this false religion, going against the true teachings of Christ, they're afraid of us that hold the knowledge of Christ consciousness within us. They fear you guys because they know that these people are used to sacrificing. They're used to using sacrifice as their main modality. Like, oh, like verbatim, this church or this group, they're like, oh, if your son gets sick, let's just say that's an example, but like your child is sick, you need to go fast for 7 days and pray for 7 nights or some weird shit. And really that I guess that could help, but that's not, that's not going to be the one all fix all. We're listening to some pastor or priest or whatever person say what needs to be done. Has that ever actually worked? It's never really worked. When you guys have the real knowledge within you to give to other people, to how they can access their own power, that takes away the whole purpose of having a church. That's why these people don't like you. They know that you're here to replace a false system that they created, right? The false system based upon sacrifice, because anybody that is buying into this sacrificing Jesus shit, okay, for whatever type of success, those people are evil. That's vindictive. Okay. I don't think that anybody deserves to be sacrificed. That's just crazy. But, they're grateful that Jesus died on the cross. If that actually happened to him, I would be very sad and upset about that. And so I think that's something that's very weird. The people that want to eat the blood and drink the wine, or eat the body and drink the wine. First of all, that whole concept of the Last Supper did not even happen. It was not a part of the Bible until the medieval century. When the medieval time came, that's when the Holy Grail lore appeared out of nowhere, and also the Last Supper, and people started doing paintings and stuff. But before that shit didn't exist. And so it's very vampiric. I've always talked about how like you're trying to eat your God. Like, shut the fuck up with that. That's extremely vampiric and it's weird. And I understand it's a symbology, but it's a symbology for cannibalism and vampirism, right? So the fact is that you guys hold knowledge that overrides this spiritual rhetoric and whatever these weird ass rituals the Vatican and everybody else has been doing in Jesus's name that Jesus does not agree with. Okay. Especially like judging people in the LGBTQ plus community. No, God does not agree with that. God does not agree with anybody beating down on another person. Okay. Mercy and compassion should be shown to everybody. And we don't, like, this Hierophant group wants to have you judged for something. They're facing some type of 5 of Pentacles energy because they tried to sacrifice you. And this is how I know that they're evil. If they really were really true followers of Jesus, they would not be trying to sacrifice people for monetary success. You know what I mean? Like they just wouldn't. So you guys are about to stop a lot of shit storms that are going to come people's ways. I think that this Hierophant group has been watching you for some time, because at first they were interested in recruiting you. Now they see that you hold the real power of Jesus and they're scared. Two of Wands. They know that your creative vision is going to bring massive change. Let's get the likes up, everybody. Yeah, it's going to create massive change. Because just think about it this way. Had your guys' body of work already been created when this rapture drama went down, the people would have had access to it. So they would have been able to use their discernment and not gone up that fucking mountain. You know what I mean? And the thing is that even if they wanted to charge the people extra money to rescue them, these people had given all of their money away, literally. And so you're going to be saving people's careers, their lives, actually acting as Jesus, being a savior to other people by helping them use their discernment so that they don't fall into these traps. Because there's a lot of people that followed up this Hierophant group and their bullshit and this false prophecy, and now they're homeless. They don't have a home now. Their kids, and some of them have kids. That is just such a freaking tragedy that they gave away their possessions, and they gave away their possessions to people who are evil. I would never want to attain any type of possession through that type of trickery, knowing that somebody else is under religious psychosis, being tricked and deceived. I would not want to gain anything that way, because that person would want their property back. And then the people are not giving these people their property back, and they don't have to because it's a legal deal that was already done. Seven of Swords, like literally, these people are faced with the fact that every choice that they create is the wrong choice. They're faced with having to look over their shoulder, like literally. I wonder what these Hierophant groups are telling to the people who have lost everything for following. I mean, I don't mean to call them Jesus freaks, but the Jesus freaks always come up with another explanation of why it didn't happen. If you guys search this on TikTok or the internet, you will come up with video after video after video of people from all over the world that bought into this prophecy. And it's totally sad. It's totally sad. If they followed the Bible like they say they do, they should have looked at the part where it said nobody will know, no man. They didn't say nobody. They said no man will know the appointed time when the rapture happens. They didn't say no woman will know. They said no man will know. But, you know, I didn't get no message from Spirit saying, oh, sell all your shit, like get rid of everything you own. There's going to be a rapture. No. I literally heard about it like the day before, the day of. I think it was the day before. And I was so shocked that people actually believed it, because it seems so far-fetched. You know, yes, we are in the end times. We have multiple symbols to show us that, of all these prophecies that were predicted happening. But the 3 days of darkness has not happened yet. So until that happens, I mean, I just don't think there's going to be a rapture anytime soon. And if there is a rapture, it's not going to be in the way, it's not going to be people disappearing out of their clothes. Look, you're teaching people how to use temperance. When you can use temperance, you can balance things. Okay. Which means that all of this religious psychosis that these Hierophant groups have people under, there are a lot of people that are worthy of being saved, that are worthy of knowing who they truly are as God, as their higher self, as spirit, as soul. There are a lot of people that are worthy of that. And these people's children don't need to suffer because their parents were tricked by a Hierophant group. That's why these Hierophant groups they're gang stalking you guys. They're afraid of you guys. They created a major shitstorm, and I'm surprised that these people are not storming that false prophet that came up with that prediction, and why they're not coming for these people that have led them astray. It's like, this is my thing, because you're a psychic and a spiritual being, and you have a greater awareness. These people think that you deserve to be sacrificed and literally taken off the face of the earth, literally unalived. They feel like because you read cards or whatever, you should be killed for that. That is not okay to think that way. While they're over here leading people down a path of destruction where people are giving away all of their items, all of their money, all of their goods, and putting faith in a church or a religious organization or whatever they're called, whatever Baptists and whatever they're called. Christian organization. They're putting all their faith in that, and that is leading these people to be out on the fucking streets. And these people are not coming for these false prophets that instructed them to do that. Like, it make sense. This Hierophant group wants to cover up anybody that speaks the truth. They don't like that. And I'm surprised that the Christians are always going to come up with another fucking reason that the rapture didn't happen, instead of acknowledging that they were told a false prophecy by a false prophet and they were manipulated by some type of religious organization, point blank, period. These people abuse their power. They listen. And obviously the information that these people are getting is destructive information if it's causing everybody to lose their shit. 4, a foundation. These people are trying to stop you from having a foundation before you create it. Look at this. The tower. I'm not joking. This is why you're here, you guys, to lead people away from these types of things. And if they want to condemn you because you like tarot cards or because you like angel numbers or spiritual things, let these people attempt to condemn you. I guarantee Jesus is going to show right the fuck up. Archangel Michael's going to show up. You're always going to be able to balance your energy. Let these people do whatever they feel they need to do. All it does, by you just continuing to live in your light and speak your truth and do you and be you, it exposes these people. And it's not even like you're shining a light on them. They're literally acting a whole donkey over here and revealing that they're a donkey and that they listen to other donkeys. They're listening to some type of dark. And that's why I think some dark ass fucking entity or something like that is what caused all of this. And I bet it's laughing its fucking ass off right now. I could feel it literally laughing about this shit, thinking it's funny. That's why you guys are needed, so that you can bring the much needed clarity and give the power back to the people, so that they're not having to rely on this type of guidance coming from this Hierophant group. Yeah, these people are going to be so dissatisfied. They already know that they're in the tower, but they don't realize that they're in the tower because they listen to the devil. And still, the Pope has never, the Pope died. That's why he probably hasn't explained why he opened the portal to Lucifer's tomb. But whatever, straight up, there was no coincidence on him dying on Resurrection Day. What the fuck was that about? Seriously, some of these Christian people, whatever they're doing is not right. It's not right. The opening portals to Lucifer's tomb, I don't have a problem with Lucifer, but obviously the Catholic Church doesn't either. They wouldn't have done that, right? Look at this, imprisonment. These people should be thrown in jail. The ones that got all these other people to do this dumb shit. I'm not even kidding. These people quit their jobs and everything. So it's like they literally had nothing to come back to. And there's going to be a documentary in the future, probably. I bet you in the future somebody will make a movie about the people going up to Mount Everest to be raptured. And I also bet that somebody will make a documentary on this experience. And this is just giving you more ammunition and more proof of why you are so necessary, why the chosen are needed here. And that's why these other people that follow this false agenda, I'm never telling people to leave their religion if that's what they believe in. But if your religion is telling you that you're going to rapture and to give away all your possessions, that's a manipulation. And then if that rapture doesn't happen and you have nothing the fuck left, don't go back to that spiritual institution that told you that. Obviously, that's pretty self-explanatory. I'm surprised that these religious people are not being sued, like the ones that started all this, because they caused a lot of trauma. Look at this. This is what tickles me, that they fear your divine feminine energy. I don't know why it keeps glitching. Sorry, you guys. They keep fearing your divine feminine energy. They know that you are a mother, a nurturer, a beautiful person. Okay. They know that you also are like in touch with the earth, which is another reason that you'll never be led down this wrong path. Right. I do feel like this Hierophant group has tried to steal your destiny or siphon it. And this is what's happened to them. They're facing some type of serious punishment. Like a real shitstorm's coming their way. The reason you exist is to guide people away from the storm and back to Jesus, which is inside the self. I don't believe that there's going to be a man that appears out of the fucking sky. If I were to see any shit like that, I would know it was be Project Bluebeam or something by the government. Yes, we're so grateful to be awake. I would just know that that's what that would be, you know? But I believe that Jesus will come back through each and every one of us, awakening to our own Christ consciousness and saving ourselves. And so you're here to help people do that. And it's, you know, in different ways, you know, using your natural gifts and abilities is how you're going to do that. This Hierophant group, they don't like it because it's going to take people that pay their salary away from them. Right. And then they may, you know, they're always going to have things to say about the people that are teaching spiritual things, because to be in religion, you have to give blind faith, which is something that I am 100% against. Okay. I would never give blind faith to fucking anything of this human world. Like never, because that is dumb. That's saying I'm going to accept whatever you say and never question anything. No, that's people being led astray. God will be the one that leads the sheep of his pasture, not this weird ass preacher person, whatever they are. So yeah, they're intimidated by you. They're afraid of you guys. They know who you guys are because they're stalkers. It's crazy. They also know that you guys are the star messengers, and it really disturbs this person and these people. And like literally the thing is that if this preacher complains about y'all, like, and mentions any of you by name, all of the people that go to them are going to be looking you up, and they're going to leave this person and start following you. This person could be getting divorced. I mean, they were already cheating on whoever they were with, this Hierophant person. It's so funny until it's not funny. It's like literally religious psychosis is a real thing. And so you guys helping people get free of black magic, you guys helping people get free of religious psychosis is going to save lives. And that's what Jesus was here to do, was to save people's souls, not just their lives, but their souls. And people wanted to crucify him for that. That's why you have people coming for you, wanting to crucify you for that. If you were ever wondering why me, this is why. Because you're doing the same. You're going to help people save themselves from traps like this and literally be delivered, you know? Like I watched another video, and it was a compilation of all these people on TikTok that were talking about how their preacher in their church made them pretend to be possessed. And they were like threatening these like young girls, if they don't pretend to be possessed and be delivered, then the preacher's not going to leave them alone. Yeah, that's really sad. See, look at this. You have your dreams for the future will come true. You have an overflowing cup of abundance and love here. A very intense support coming from God. This is why God, the Most High, does not think it's funny that all of these people lost their livelihoods, their jobs, their children, all of this stuff. That like God doesn't think that this stupid shit is funny. But God does applaud you for standing up for yourself. Literally, this Hierophant group really thinks that they're going to be the turning point in your finances. And they don't even realize that God has something else coming in for them. Like literally, this person's wife is going to betray this preacher that sleeps with all of the people in its church, and is going to take, and I get that one of these people sleeps with people underage. That is not okay. So yeah, this person's wife is going to take everything from them. Everything that they got off of the backs of innocent Christians that are trying to blind me. And it's crazy because these people were making videos, man, saying just talking shit to the rest of the world, like bad, just saying, oh, well, since you guys wanted to sin and shit like that, like thinking that they're legitimate better than everybody else. That is fucking crazy. Page of Swords. That's spy energy. These people are watching you. They're watching your money and they're watching what you're working on, because one of these people have been told by an entity that you are going to be the end of their congregation. And amen to that. Less people being tricked into believing whatever this weird shit is, the better. Not to mention, this Hierophant group uses voodoo behind the scenes. They don't tell people that they do voodoo, but they definitely do a lot of voodoo. They're working other type of spirits and shit like that. Not working with anything Christian. And then I saw another video of this one preacher talking about how the ancestors are demons. What the fuck? No. 3, mastery. So my Mima, my grandma's a demon. No, my grandma's not a fucking demon. The ancestors are not demons. Delusional. These people are delusional. And why are they working so hard, these Christians, double time, triple time, to stop people from communicating with those who have passed on with real ancestors in their lineage? Like, what the fuck is that about? Because the ancestors are going to tell you how to avoid tragedy, most likely because they've been through something similar. Like, make it make sense. So that means if our ancestors are demons, that means when we die, we become a demon. Like, what? No. Technically, Jesus is an ancestor. So Jesus is a demon. This is why, like, these preachers and stuff, do not get tricked by these people. They're going to come out and say a bunch of shit that does not, there's no way in my brain where that can come together and make sense. I've never been attacked by anybody else's ancestor, and I've honestly only been told the truth by ancestors. I haven't even been lied to by demons. They pretty much tell you what they're there to do. So it's kind of weird to me that these Christians, lukewarm Christians, are literally running around telling everybody else what they need to do, confusing the whole fucking world and getting everybody into a shitstorm. And you're over here living in truth and clarity. These people are up under judgment. First of all, for illegally monitoring you and trying to have you gang stalked by their church members. And secondly, because they led people astray. And now there's a bunch of angry people. They're probably pissed because Jesus didn't come back. Jesus is not going to come back from the fucking dead like that. It'll be through each and every one of us. Look at this. You guys have a 10 of Pentacles that's already here for you. So this person trying to interrupt your wish fulfillment, this is a big no-no. You're working for God now. God wants people to be leaving these spiritual institutions and these false religions and these false prophets and moving towards God. And if that has to happen through spirituality, through whatever method, God does not care the method. That's why God's put me here. So the people that are searching answers can actually find the Most High and not be led down another path of destruction. Because if the advice that you get leads you to hurt yourself or hurt somebody else, that advice did not come from God. God will not do that. God will never tell you to go beat your neighbor up or whatever. You know what I mean? Seriously. And if you have to defend yourself, you're going to be warned way ahead of time, so that all you have to do is prayer. Prayer is like the biggest weapon. People don't realize how powerful it is. When you pray for something and you believe that you'll receive it, you actually do have it. It's a way to manifest. The 6 of Pentacles. These people were trying to literally call judgment down on y'all's finances. That is insane to me. You don't even have the finances yet to call judgment on. They're like jumping the gun on something here. They're really upset. Like, I used to live in a community surrounded by a bunch of fucking Mormons, and they were trying to kill me because I wouldn't join their church and because I was psychic. They literally believed I was the devil or whatever weird shit because I knew what the fuck they were doing. They were literally they were binding the Holy Spirit against his will. And they were trying to open portals on people continuously to make their false prophecies come to real life. And no. And And they didn't like anybody that wouldn't join their organization. So if you end up finding out that there is a religious organization in your community that's taken over the community, you know, like these people might as well be worshiping the devil, because they use washing their sins on other people. Anybody that won't join their religion, they still do that today, which is crazy. I mean, literally. Why anybody would think that they're going to wash their sins on an innocent person that didn't commit a crime and they're going to be liberated, those people are delusional. The number 3 just came out again, which means that you have totally mastered something when it comes to this. Especially when it comes to this spying on your finances and trying to block you and shit. You have mastered something. You've either figured something out or you're ready to move forward. Yeah, these people, they want you to focus on the past. They want you to be focusing on the past and then and believing that, you know, the past will come back and bite you. I don't care what mistake you've made. If you've ever, everybody has a history. Everybody's been through stuff. We're all traumatized. I don't think there's not one person on this planet that has not had a difficult situation in their life. And there's nothing wrong with that. But you healing yourself is going to give you the knowledge to help other people heal themselves. These Christian people, and I'm not just talking about Christians, but it is coming through with Christianity. These specific type of people, they want that blind faith where you're believing and not asking any questions, where you're giving up your debit cards, your money, and giving everything away, whatever. Like that's the type of behavior that they're soliciting. And they don't like that you don't conform. But the thing is that you never have conformed. There are always going to be people in this world that don't want to subscribe to some type of agenda. And the people that are in that agenda, they fear people like you because you can awaken many others. In fact, like there's things about you that have been proven, that you are an intuitive healer, that you are a star, that you are psychic, that you have supernatural powers. That's been proven. Because these people have tried to literally bring physical harm to your door. That could be by trying to attach curses or demons or whatever. I mean, yeah, these people have such bad karma. They need to fucking change their ways. They need to stop with this baptism of the dead shit and just stop while they're ahead. Literally. You have so much protection. Every time these people think that they're going to do something to you, they get literally brought into some type of storm. Like, I'm not even joking. You would think that after a certain amount of times of these people trying to block you or attack you and compete with you, sorry, it keeps freezing. They want to compete with you. You would think that these idiots would like get it through their head that you are not their competition. First of all, they're on a different path. Their agenda is completely 100% opposite of yours. Where these people want to trap other people into paying tithings and all that crap, you want to liberate people so that they can see the truth and then follow the truth and reach God. This religion was designed to reroute people away from going within themselves. It was created to work as a function to get you to God. Only God doesn't exist in these religions. I mean, there's most likely a being that's pretending to be God, some type of higher dimensional entity that wants to take on that role of being and playing God, that works with these people, but not actually the Most High God. No. These people are not of God. They wouldn't be so envious and jealous if they were of God. Do you think God is envious and jealous? No. I mean, God does say in the Bible, I'm a jealous God. But the reason that that is said is because nobody should be putting statues. Again, I don't think that this is anything other than a statue. People should not be putting statues or worshiping stars like celebrities. They shouldn't be putting other people before God, right? And so, and that's your highest self. That's your intuition, your divine energy. So let these people do what they're going to do. They're going to have to walk away. They're going to have to walk away. These people are already dissatisfied because their stupid little prophecy didn't come true. And now they're looking to the light workers of the world going, okay, how can we shut these people down? And you can't. They can't. You're already protected. You're not into spirituality for 100% of finances. Yes, finances will come. Yes, you'll always have this 10 of Pentacles, and you'll have a lot more than that actually, but you're not doing this to rob people of their money. You're doing this to help. And that's the very big difference of intention between this group and you. You guys are here to help other people. These people are here to scam other people. And it shows with their fruits. With this stupid shit that they follow behind, it shows with their fruits. Obviously, your fruits are pretty self-explanatory. Theirs are also self-explanatory. You're going to become so much more popular. And yes, you will gain a lot of people that are leaving these religions through whatever this work is that you're going to be producing. You will be gaining a lot of support. And this Hierophant group is going to get more angry, and they're going to want to do shit to you. And then they're going to get punished every time they try. Like straight up. They're going to be restricted every single time they try until they figure out that you are chosen and that everything that they do to you is going to backfire on them tenfold. And probably more than tenfold, but I'm just going to say tenfold. But yeah. Look, you will remain this Nine of Pentacles, single, self-sufficient, like literally. You will remain in that energy. That is your energy. That's how you started life. You know, you were like somebody that didn't need a whole lot of friends. You probably had people that wanted to hang out with you, but you never needed them like they needed you. That's the big difference, is that all of these people that want to deny you to your face, just like these people probably, if they existed in the past, denied Jesus to Jesus's face. These people are ignorant. So you just got to kind of forgive them, because truly they don't understand what they're doing. Like, not intellectually. They don't have that type of intelligence. Yeah, you're not only coming into popularity, but you're also coming into fame, public recognition, honor, rewards. Make sure you guys like the video. You're getting rewarded. You're having victory over the opposition. Because trust me, what these people tried to do to you, they tried to have the Most High God judge you because you like tarot, or you like oracle cards, or you love angels, or whatever, or you like spirit animals, whatever it is. That's not in mainstream religion. These people literally thought that God was going to come down and punish you. No, God only punishes false prophets. These people were calling judgment on themselves the whole time and didn't even realize it. That by the mere act of trying to have you judged by a higher power, got them judged by the higher power. Wheel of Fortune. So fame and the Wheel of Fortune, yeah, your destiny and fate is to be a healer and an intuitive messenger of some type. Okay, an author, somebody that publishes things that put the fucking Bible to shame. Because again, there's a lot of truth in the Bible, but there's also a lot of bullshit in it too. Justice. You're receiving justice at this time, and you're going to receive justice. While these people have to walk away dissatisfied, you know, they're not. God gave you these extra gifts and abilities, you guys, because God trusts you. If God could trust these people, God would have given them gifts and abilities, but God can't trust these people. That's why they don't have the same purpose as you, if that makes sense. Some people are meant to be the shepherd, and some people just naturally are the sheep. These people are the sheep. You are the shepherd. You're here to lead the sheep to pasture, right? And away from the wolves, away from the storms. But this person is like a wolf dressed up like a shepherd, and they keep leading these people down a destructive path, which is, you know, like their fruits. Just basically, they've revealed themselves. The Magician. These people, they do voodoo, but like, you guys are so much more powerful than any fucking voodoo. I don't care if it's the darkest shit that exists or the most powerful shit that exists in voodoo. I don't care if these people could turn somebody into a chicken. Things that are unthinkable. You have more power than them. And you stand in your authentic power as yourself. And you could speak up for people that are less fortunate. You could stand up for people that can't stand up for themselves. And this spiritual group hates that about you. They hate that you are here to guide people towards the truth and out of their groups. And it's not like you're petitioning the people in these groups. It's just that your energy is so big. It's so big bang energy that your light reaches all of the people. And that's why these pastors and preachers and shit, whatever they're called, the people that lead these like spiritual groups, they should keep your name out of their mouth and keep the attention off of you, because your light will awaken other people. That's part of it. That's part of your destiny. And you do that naturally, high priestess. Like, you know how to actually predict the future. These other people, could they have predict the future? They would have never followed up this stupid rapture agenda. I mean, the fact that these people did this stuff is really sad. It just shows how much religious psychosis there is. And with Christianity, people, and I guess other religions as well, but the people that follow these religions, they really truly believe that they're better than other people. Like, that's fucking crazy. The people that came on and were telling the world, yeah, well, bye. I guess since you guys wanted to be sinners, you're just going to have to stay here while we go to heaven. Like, saying shit like that to people, like, that is fucked up. That is not okay. And these are the people that are giving their children up and all sorts of weird shit. Going up fucking Mount Everest, the most dangerous mountain on the world to climb without any provisions. Like, that's blind faith, and that will lead you to death. Like, literally. That's why you have to question things, especially if you're being guided like that. Here, come up with us. Let's rapture together. And why do these people even thought that they would be raptured? I hope that none of them brought any children up there. Straight up. I hope it better have only been adults. They should not let any children go up that mountain. That is so scary. There's probably a Yeti that lives up there, or something that kills those people that go up there all the time. I bet you anything, the Sharpas, something like that. That's what they're, people that live on Mount Empress are called. Okay, it's not Mount Empress, Mount Everest, my bad. They're called Sharpas. That's what it's called. I don't know what I was saying shark or something earlier, but that wasn't it. Okay, so yeah, you guys are the high priestess. These people see that and they're scared. Let's get an outcome for this situation. What do they need to know, and what do they need to do? I guess continue to do this light work that you're doing. Don't be afraid to speak your truth. Don't be afraid to stand up for yourself. And when people harass you, call on the name of Jesus. Call on God. Call on your angels. And then ask them to show you who these people are, why they're stalking you, and what type of entity they're attached to. Because you can pray these things away. Your natural abilities as a high priestess that God's given you, these talents, this clairaudient, clairvoyant, clairsentient, everybody has clairsentience, which is gut feeling, like a knowing, right? Only these people were told to ignore their natural body systems. Like, they were told to ignore themselves and to follow up this rhetoric. And that's dangerous. There could be a lot of people that are ready to commit suicide because of these types of situations. And so you guys are also here to help people get out of that energy as well, which is a trap in itself. Because, when people do that, when they take their own life, when I come across suicide spirits, they're in a different place. They're not in hell. They're in a different place. I don't even know. Like, it's a place where they're all walking around and none of them can see each other, and it's all gray. I don't know what that would be called, but they always have to be rescued out of this, delivered out of this lower vibration. So suicide is not the answer. Giving away your possessions is not the answer. Look, these people are blocked. Their creativity is blocked. They're going to need a new source of information. And because these people know that they're false prophets, like, it's astounding to me how many people will follow tradition after these weirdos and not even look at the fact that they're facing lawsuits and all these other things for child abuse and all this other pedophile shit. Literally. There are going to be a lot of youthful people as well that want to be free of these scary religions and scary churches and stuff, and they'll be needing guidance. And that's what you guys are here for, to have that sound mind and sound heart to guide these younger people towards listening to their intuition and following the guidance that God gives them. Everybody is worthy of peace and love and a good life. These people, yeah, because to be honest, they didn't know any better. Yeah, the negative energies can't hide. Literally, energy doesn't lie. These young people that followed up this agenda and stuff, that watched their parents be psychos, giving away all their shit. These people, they don't know any better. To be honest, like I was raised in Catholicism, and for a very long time, I thought verbatim what they told me. Like I thought all that crap, even though I had all these psychic experiences growing up and was talking to fairies and all that. I literally believed that crap until all of a sudden I realized that it was a manipulation that they feed you when you're young so that you really buy into it. But you guys are you're going to be helping deprogram people out of that type of matrix and into the truth. And so, it's not these young people's fault. It's really this Hierophant. It's this Hierophant's fault. It really is. Page of Pentacles, I'm talking about children, like literally these young people. You're here to guide the youth of the world. And think about it this way. If you don't do it, who's going to do it? You know what I mean? If you're not here to help these young people find the truth and find their own spiritual path, who else is going to do it? This Hierophant group can't do it. The people in your community, they can't do it. That's why you're needed. It's like an absolute necessity for you to do the spiritual work that you're doing, not just for yourself, but for other people to follow suit. And that's not to blow up your ego or anything, but it's just straight up the truth. Like if we have to rely on the youth of this world in the future to take care of us, because obviously we're going to grow older and stuff, then don't we want those people to be able to have a sound mind and have their intuition and be able to listen to spirit, So what you're doing is going to change the world. And by you healing yourself, you are healing the world. Don't ever think that your shadow work is going unnoticed, because truly the fact that these people continue to gang stalk y'all, you could wipe them out. Welcome in, what tarts? I don't even know how to say your screen name, but I tried. But literally, this Hierophant group, they might want to be mindful because they're creating so much negativity that it's causing these Hierophant groups are causing your purpose to be that much more important, because they're creating children that are going to follow up this bullshit only to a certain point. And then they're going to need help, and they're going to be looking around, and these people's parents are obviously unintelligent. They won't be able to help them. And so that's where you're going to come in. Your writings, your testimony, all of that. It's very important. So when you go to speak on your life and your experiences, and these people try to silence you, speak up louder, because again, they are going to do that. That's just the type of people that they are. These are the type of people that if Jesus was alive right now, they would crucify him again. Okay, try to sacrifice him for money or whatever else nonsense, because they don't like, Jesus was a prophet. They don't like, prophetic people that can create miracles and stuff. They don't like that. Yeah, there may be people that come in to give you a romantic offer. They're coming from this Hierophant group. Whoever this Knight of Cups is, they plan already on doing this, but you guys know about this. You're going to know right away, because this Knight of Cups is going to come in and act like you need to be saved. And what would you need to be saved from? When you carry Jesus within you, what the fuck do you need salvation from? If not these people that want to crucify Jesus. That's what you need saving from, is these weird ass people that keep stalking you. So yeah, you're going to have to defend your energy and defend yourself, but it won't be in the way that you think. It'll just be by you ignoring purposeful triggers. You're coming into wish fulfillment. These people are going to be stuck in illusions, and they're going to be, the illusion is that you need help. What do you need help with? What do you need help with that God can't do for you and that you can't do for yourself? Like, what can this group do for you? That's why they wanted you to join them at one point. look, these people are in the energy of death. This is an ending to their organization. They're losing followers. They're losing people. So just think about it this way. It's like a tug of war game. All of the people that these groups lose, those people are going to be needing your help. And they're going to be looking to you guys and to the things that you produce to get that help. That's why it's so important for you to complete these projects and work on whatever this is that you're doing. Because there's going to be a lot of people that are lost, that feel stuck, and they feel trapped. And they're going to be like, what do I do? And you guys are going to be there to help. So that's why you exist. That's not the only reason why you exist, but it is a very important reason. Look, and trust me, this Hierophant group will still be trying to steal your destiny under the moon. You know, they want a Christ-like divine path, but these people would never listen to, like, these people, they want money. They want money. They want fame. They want whatever. You don't even want this fame. It's just going to be a side effect of what you create. You know, these people, they want it really bad. It's another reason that they're not going to get this. You have a real authentic twin flame coming in, and these people want to trick you so that they can get you to walk away from your purpose. Because if you walk away from your purpose, then all of these people that were deceived by this Hierophant group stay asleep, right? And this is their moon magic has caused them to be in major regret. Let's get the likes up, you guys. Major regret. These people are probably feeling guilty. They're depressed. They're stuck in bed. They're sick. They don't know why they can't move forward, if they even have a bed to live in after this rapture crap. But literally, let these people fall on their faces. They're acting a whole donkey for no reason. And they feel that their false prophecy is real. And so you can't, when people are delusional, you can't argue with somebody that's delusional. And it's not your job to argue with them. You are just meant to be the leader and the one that shows people the way by you following your own path. If you follow somebody else's path, you won't get there. But when you follow your own path, you will. King of Cups. There's going to be somebody that comes in to truly offer you some real sound advice when it comes to completing or publishing this book, completing this project. If this is a movie you're going to create, a documentary, whatever it is, I think that there should be scientists doing a study on religious psychosis, you know? Yeah, you thought nonsense that I said nonsense. Seriously, there should be people studying how religious psychosis is extremely dangerous, and having blind faith in things is extremely dangerous. And this is why I have respect for Lucifer, because Lucifer questioned shit. Lucifer was the only angel that had free will to think, okay, do I want to follow this being that may or may not be God, that's telling me to go hurt other people? Do I want to follow this thing's advice, or do I want to think another thought? Like, is that what I should be doing? And so, you know, a little bit of rebellion is not going to hurt you, especially if it fuels you to ask questions and to go within and find the answer. You know what I mean? Literally. And so that's why I honestly believe that Lucifer is saved. I don't think that there's a war in heaven or anything like that, but I do believe there's a war on this planet with lower vibrational energies that are possessing, or at least whispering in the ears of these hierophants, to get them to tell people to give up all their possessions, to give away. And of course, who the fuck benefits? These people, this hierophant energy. This is who benefits. When they could say, oh, give me your possessions, give me your house, give me your car, give me your savings. It's this person that benefits. It's not the people. And people are going to be waking up to that, and hopefully questioning things a little bit and going, okay, you know, if it says in the Bible that there's no man will know the appointed time of the rapture, then why are we saying it's on September 23rd? And why are we following suit? So you guys, your purpose is much bigger than what you thought. And the fact that these people really thought that God was going to come down and judge you, like, what the hell? God put you in this position to save everybody from the clutches of these predators, because that's truly what they are. They're preying upon people, and they're using religion and putting people in religious psychosis to do it. And so you're here to break that cycle. And so there's going to be a little bit of resistance. You're going to feel a little bit of gang stalking, but you guys will always be victorious. When these people fall on their faces, you'll be standing there in the light, shining like a star, shining like a diamond, you know, shining like the sun. And these people are going to be revealing their true faces. And so when that happens, all you need to do is be that bridge for other people to get to where you're at, to where they can go within themselves. Okay. All right, you guys, I love you so much. Know that God loves you. Know that I love you. Until the next reading, you guys, peace be with you. I'm so proud of you. You guys are doing so good. I am so proud of you. Seriously, you've overcome a major storm that was they were trying to like seriously send a major storm to you. You guys have sidestepped that. Let these people deal with their karma and you continue to move forward. Okay. I love you guys. I'm always here to support you. Know that everything's going to work out well, and I'll see you in the next reading. Thank you for making it to the ending of this message. Sorry it was so long. Peace be with you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. You're welcome. God bless you guys.